Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new era of Superstars. I'm your host Jitch, and here come Epico and Primo to kick things off. Yes, as I just said, it is very much a new era here of Superstars. We are bringing this one back. A tertiary minor kind of show, home to the Cruiserweight and European Championships, which will be defended cross-brand on this show, only when the title is on the line, for some better understanding of that. Otherwise, it will not be a cross-promotional show. But should a championship be at stake, then yes, it will be a cross-branded show, and you can look forward to seeing a hell of a lot of action on here from the superstars that maybe you feel don't get enough exposure on their home brands. So this should be a great tag team match. I mean, case in point right here, here's a tag team that we have really not seen a whole lot of action from as of late. Goldust and Yoshi Tatsu. Classic combination over on SmackDown. Feels like forever since we've seen these guys team up. At one point, they were really giving Edge and Christian a run for their money during their tag team title reign. However, that got cut short due to the fact that Edge and Christian got them banned from the tag team championships. For those that maybe don't remember, it's quite a long time ago now, so I wouldn't blame you if you didn't. But yeah, they got them banned from those tag titles, and obviously that ban was lifted when Edge and Christian lost the titles. But Goldust and Tatsu just haven't quite found themselves in contention for the WWE Tag Team Championships, and I think it's because of an absence of shows like this, places where they can get that opportunity to kind of break out and get a championship shot. Maybe get some momentum rolling in their favor. I think that is the reason why some superstars maybe struggle to find their footing. So I think having this new show, Superstars, here tonight, this should be a really great way to kind of get things back on track. Yoshi Tatsu out next, the European Champion. And of course, that could be another reason I haven't really been pursuing the tag titles. I'm doing something I don't usually do today because I'm really trying to get back in the grind of things. So today, for one time only, I've actually been recording like everything you've seen of this week in Universe. Raw with the King of the Ring qualifiers, SmackDown with the King of the Ring qualifiers, and now this. These are all done in one sitting. So like my voice is a little bit worn out at this point. So if I go quiet quite a bit during this show, it's not because I'm like, no, I hate Superstars. What was I doing? It's actually just because I am very exhausted. I mean, this is now my 11th match I've filmed today, and I've still got 2 more to do. I used to do Universe, back when I used to, like, I don't know if you guys remember the first ever time I did Universe, but, the way that it worked was, because I did that one with an old friend, I'd only ever be able to do it when they were available, so we'd have like a once a week thing we'd do, and then we'd record an entire week in that one sitting, and then I'd spread them out to kind of go up on Monday and Wednesday and Friday, you know, alongside whenever the real shows were going up, as you may remember. So I'm not like a stranger to doing it this way. It's just, it's been a very long time, and I did at least have someone to bounce off of back then, whereas now I am on my own. So that does make it a lot harder to kind of keep it going sometimes. But you know, not trying to whine and complain or anything. Just kind of venting, not even venting, just speaking about why it is that I may sound like shit. To be fair, I wouldn't really say that's even venting, that's just, I know I probably sound a little rough. I can kind of hear it in my voice. I definitely won't be doing this again. I just wanted to get in the roll of things. Basically, my plan for Superstars, because I know it feels a little counterproductive on the surface. Like, you know, I got rid of ECW because the recording time was, like, it was taking me forever. One day I'd record Raw, one day I'd record ECW, one day I'd record SmackDown. The thing about this is because it's a minor show, even though it's not an option in this game, I'm only doing 3 matches on Superstars. It will only be a 3-match show. So the positive to it, the reason that I wanted to do it is because then I can just throw it in. Like when I'm recording an episode of SmackDown, I can throw this on afterwards. When I'm recording Raw and I haven't done Superstars because I decided to end it earlier in that SmackDown, I'll just have to do Superstars and then Raw. Like it works out in a way that's just more comfortable for me. It always comes before or after a show so I can do them together. So it's basically 2 recording days a week, in-game week still. It's just I'm going to spend a little longer on it doing Superstars as well. But I wanted a minor show. I wanted something that would kind of showcase the lower talents and actually, you know, give them a way to rise the ranks. I do have plans for something bigger eventually, a 4th show and stuff. It's just I'm not going into that just yet. I'm not actually going to say when that's coming. But I do have another idea in mind, and again, it won't really affect things too much. But I don't want to go into too much detail because then people are going to start speculating, and I'm going to get those stupid annoying comments I get where people just constantly try pointing out things that are coming in future games, because it's so amazing that you know what's coming in a game that's existed for 10 years. So I'm not really looking to divulge more than that, but nice slam there by Goldust. So this is, realistically, Superstars is all about momentum, but it's also about giving people title matches that they otherwise probably wouldn't be getting, which is, you know, that's what the Cruiserweight and the European title are there for. Admittedly, you know, it's been on people like Sheamus in the past, the European title, but the plan really is to put it on people like Yoshi, Tatsu, to have this championship that exists so that people can also have something to fight for. Not that I think a championship is always necessary, you know. If there's one argument I'm always sick of, it's people saying blah 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 should win a championship. This guy should win. Everyone has to win a championship. You don't actually necessarily need one. I think Jake the Snake Roberts is a good example of that. You don't really need one to have had a great career. Yoshi, Tatsu and Goldust working so fluid as a team despite how long it's been since we've seen these guys team up. I guess they must still just be training together. Goldust with a big neck breaker, and I'm going to say Epico and Primo really need to wake up here. After the loss to the Road Warriors, I have a feeling their confidence may be a little bit knocked. Goldust now looking for the final cut. Yoshi Tatsu takes, I believe that's Epico off the apron. Cover attempt here on Primo and a kick out. Very quick there. And what a bunch of qualifiers we saw over on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown this week. I tell you, it's been a very action-packed week. Knowing 8 of the 16 superstars that will be competing in that massive tournament a week from tomorrow, I'm really looking forward to seeing who is next on Raw. You can also look forward to, in our main event, on Monday on Raw, I've been told that JBL will be returning to action following the Survivor Series main event. He's going to have a warm-up before Booker T. And that warm-up comes in the form of Shawn Michaels, we've been told. A hand-picked opponent by JBL. Cover attempt here by Goldust. Whoa! Well, there you have it. That was a sudden ending, but Goldust and the roll-up on Epico, and Primo can't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Well, Goldust and Yoshi Tatsu picking up their first tag team victory in who knows how long. It's great to see these guys, as I say, have a place where they can finally have a tag team match together. I think Superstars is really going to benefit a lot of the superstars, and I think we're going to see a real spotlight on some teams that maybe we hadn't seen before. But Yoshi Tatsu and Goldust, great victory here tonight as we move towards our next match of the night. The Divas champion Lita goes into a one-on-one match with someone that initially was out of bounds over on Raw. It's Lita and Layla in a one-on-one match next. Well, Layla's set to compete against Lita for the first time in this series here tonight. This should be a great matchup. Looking forward to seeing exactly what the in-ring chemistry of these two is like. Lita, as I say, recently dethroned Tiny Shiny, ended her third reign as women's champion. Something that Layla struggled to achieve and obviously didn't achieve. But a victory over Lita here tonight could end up with Layla in contention for the Divas Championship. Contender is definitely needed for that title in the future. Could it be Lita? I mean, Layla. It definitely won't be Lita. She is the Divas Champion. So for those that maybe didn't hear or didn't see at Survivor Series, this is now the only women's championship in the WWE, the Divas Championship. It is the top prize with the exit of Karma and now officially the exit of Beth Phoenix. The time had come for the divisions to be merged, and they will be contested on Raw, SmackDown, and Superstars. Obviously, there will be certain shows that don't feature the Divas at all in that regard, because sometimes you just gotta, it's just not going to be the room for that kind of smaller division. But they will definitely be featured at least once to twice a week going forward, whether that be on Raw and SmackDown, or you know, just one or the other, or maybe even just Superstars like this week and next week. Next week will be the same, as obviously with King of the Ring kind of taking the center stage right now. There isn't really the room for a lot of else. You know, this is the only place you'll be seeing a tag team match, for example. It's going to be very limited in the coming weeks. Speaking of tag team matches, though, there will be one tag team match this upcoming Friday on SmackDown. Just 2 days before King of the Ring, Triple H will be teaming up with Billy Gunn as he is set to face off against Edge and Dolph Ziggler. That's a very interesting choice. John Laurinaitis has spoken out on Triple H's victory. He said that it definitely felt a little bit tainted, and if Edge and Ziggler can defeat Triple H and Billy Gunn, he may just consider turning that match against Mark Henry, between Triple H and Mark Henry that I'm talking about, he may end up turning that into a fatal four-way matchup instead, as he's questioning whether or not Triple H really earned that victory. I gotta say, as much as I like Triple H, I do feel like he didn't really prove anything, truthfully. I'm a little disappointed in him for the way that things turned out there, to be honest.
Great athleticism. Layla controlling the waist. Inverted DDT. Layla into the headlock.
And catching the head of Lita as she takes her into the corner. I'm going to say, Layla, coming in tonight, she's got a lot to gain from this victory, and I think she knows that, as she is really going toe-to-toe with the Divas Champion right now. She's fighting her heart out in that match, and I think you will see exactly that. You know, now that Lita is the Divas Champion, the only champion in the entire Divas division in the WWE, I do feel like anyone who's in a match with her, they're going to really treasure that match. They're going to really put a lot of emphasis and effort into that match. I'm not saying that people don't normally put, you know, the effort into a matchup. I'm saying there is a hell of a lot to gain from saying that you've beaten Lita now. She is the one to beat. And in future, we hope to get more women and maybe divide the divisions once again. But for the time being, this is definitely the best way to give everyone that fair bit of focus. Two women that we're definitely very happy to see the end of the brand extension for the Divas is Brie and Nikki Bella, who have, well, apparently Nikki Bella has completely tossed Le Femme Patel to the side. She has completely abandoned Eve and Alicia Fox and has just reunited with her twin sister. Truth be told, I can't blame her. That makes a lot of sense, you know. If Jay and Jimmy Uso were separated, and they maybe formed a team with someone, I wouldn't be surprised if when they had the opportunity to, you know, reunite as a tag team, that they just kind of took the chance and did it. I kind of get it. But I do feel like Le Femme Fatale are feeling a little high and dry right now. Eve and Alicia Fox definitely have been doing a lot of Nikki Bella's bidding for quite some time. And I can't imagine that Brie is too popular with Stephanie McMahon either, as we know that she's one of Stephanie McMahon's go-to girls, kind of fight in her corner, along with Kelly Kelly. So they may be making some enemies. Whether or not they really care is another thing. Lita, really thinking about this, and it looks like she had thought the better of it there. It's nice of Lita to reconsider, I guess. Not really the aim of the game, but say nice of her, I guess. You know, she didn't hurt Layla when she had the opportunity to.
Into the headlock. Some serious skills on display by Layla.
Taking this fight to the outside, Natalya. It doesn't matter who you're up against. This is not a place you want to end up. That padding is not as thick as you may think it is. They can get severely hurt out here.
Now back to the ring.
No one wants to suffer a count-out loss, naturally. Still to come up next, our main event here on Superstars, the Cruiserweight Championship is on the line. Heath Slater set to defend that title. Hopefully this time he can actually retain it. This will be the end of the saga between him and Ted DiBiase. We have been told that we want a clean-cut winner. We want to know exactly who it is that is the rightful Cruiserweight Champion, as Ted DiBiase did undeniably defeat Heath Slater. It's just Slater did also defeat Ted DiBiase. So we really need to get to the bottom of this. If we see a twist of fate on the concrete, and this is exactly what I'm talking about, that is some serious damage that was just dealt there. Lita, what are you doing? Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh god, no. Twist of fate through the table. Sorry I couldn't react to that any heavier. It's kind of late. It's kind of really late. It's kind of 1 a.m. Back inside the ring, and the Divas Champion really showing her mean streak off once again, as only she can. There's the knee into the head of Layla.
Did you see that? It was unreal. What tremendous agility.
Layla being dragged away from the ropes here by Lita as she goes in for the cover, and despite all the damage that Lita has done, Layla has still got some fight in her. Reminiscent of Tiny Shiny's fighting spirit at Survivor Series as she tried to put away Lita. I tell you, I think Lita may be the new dominant force in the Divas division. That being said, it's Layla going in charge now. Nope. Midsection, Layla takes Lita into the corner. What is she looking to do here? Clothesline? Layla could be looking for that big kick of hers, maybe even the layout. What we got here? Okay. Backbreaker. Really what I had in mind. Oh, Lita with a reversal here. And Lita, Northern Light suplex into a cover attempt here. Is this going to be enough to get the job done? No. I would have thought that would have been it. Oh, well, this definitely is. Another twist of fate, this time inside the ring. Unless Lita can reach those ropes and pull herself out. I think it's a little too late for that now, though. Lita pulling her away from the ropes. Here's the cover attempt. And that is it. Kind of had to be. There was nowhere to go after that twist of fate. And the Divas Champion continues her reign of dominance. She is going to very quickly be able to say she has defeated every diva at this rate. Well, major props to Lita here tonight, the Divas Champion, victorious once again. She has had just a month of pure momentum, some of the biggest victories out there. I think it's time to give that spotlight to someone else. Not in the sense of like give up the title, absolutely not. But I think it's time for Lita to maybe take a back seat, let the other women compete here on Superstars, SmackDown, Raw, whatever, and let a new contender be found, and then see if perhaps Lita can meet her match in the coming weeks. Well, anyway, it's time for our main event now. Heath Slater is ready to defend his Cruiserweight Championship.
It's for the Cruiserweigh Championship of the world. Making his way to the ring. An unbeaten wrestling champion, weighing 232 pounds. He is the Cruiserweigh Champion of the world.
Well, Heath Slater, there he is. The man of much momentum. The man that has stolen the hearts of many, many fans. Here he goes. Cruiserweight Championship defense. Time to try and right that wrong that happened all that time ago. No pressure. Oh boy. Oh, that's not good. Well, here's an unfortunate realization I hadn't thought about. Ted DiBiase does in fact have a buddy. And they are in his corner right now, Cody Rhodes. Definitely not what I think Heath Slater needs is to be outnumbered in this situation. That title has really been passed back and forth as of late between the likes of Jericho and Zack Ryder, and then Jericho and Slater to DiBiase, back to Slater. It could very well be back to DiBiase, especially with Cody in DiBiase's corner. That really does not end things on a positive note for Heath Slater here, who does not have an ally in his corner. That is unfortunate. Well, there is no rule against having a tag team partner in your corner. However, I wouldn't trust that. Well, I gotta say, so far, I feel like the return of Superstars is a success, no doubt about it. It's great to see this show back in action. It's great to see, you know, a nice little 3-match show, just something a little extra on the side. And I feel like it really does give a spotlight to those extras out there. I think it's really nice to see the Superstars of the lower card get that opportunity. Heath, great move there, just kicked the foot out from underneath Ted DiBiase quite violently. I tell you, Heath, we really saw a different side of Heath Slater back at Survivor Series 6 days ago. That was incredible. The Heath Slater that we saw compete in the tertiary championship match against Yoshi Tatsu was, he was on a whole other level. There's a real mean streak behind him for a moment there. You know, Ted DiBiase is always constantly bragging about the fact that he's the final ever $1 million champion, that he main evented SummerSlam and won the United States Championship. He's a former tag team champion. He's held the Cruiserweight title. I mean, I'll give DiBiase credit, you know. If this guy ever won a world title, he would be a Grand Slam. He's won every other championship there is to win, every division there is. And sometimes I really wish he'd just shut his mouth, you know. It's a shame because he's a very gifted talent. But you know this guy runs his mouth a little too much when he's the cause of issues amongst the authority. We've seen him butt heads with John Cena in the past, and well, they're supposed to be on the same side as each other these days. And there you see a very classic Heath Slater move. One of my favorite moves in his arsenal. I love every time he does that. Cody Rhodes watching on from ringside as his tag team partner, or like I thought former tag team partner. I was told that those two agreed to go their separate ways, and that we wouldn't be seeing those two as an alliance anymore, but well, they seem to be aligned. He's definitely come out in the corner of him tonight. That move by Heath Slater there, kicking the foot out from underneath Ted. And Ted DiBiase welcoming the idea that Heath Slater is trying to get himself motivated here. Trying to bring out that mean streak again. And DiBiase for the second time now. Send Heath Slater flying off the apron. And I tell you, the defending champion is not looking great right now. As we take the fight back into the ring. I'm really starting to worry about Heath Slater's chances here. Major spine buster into a cover attempt here by DiBiase, and as a kick out.
Remember, momentum in the WWE can turn on a dime.
The ropes. Back body drop there. I do feel like Heath Slater needs to kind of wake up and smell the coffee a little bit here. He needs to get back into this matchup if he wants to keep that Cruiserweight Championship in tow, and I know he does. Well, Ted DiBiase turning him. Oh no, here we go. Dream Street from DiBiase drops down Heath Slater. Cruiserweight title on the line. And Cody, what is Cody doing? Cody. Ted confused, he starts walking over to Cody Rhodes, who distracted the referee. Cody Rhodes just distracted the referee at the worst possible time. That was a dream streak from DiBiase. Slater is completely in control now, and he has Cody to thank for it. Cody is really screwing with the official here. I don't think that was a mistake. I think Cody knew exactly what he was doing. And Ted really trying to shift his attention over to Cody Rhodes. I think he wants to know what the hell's going on. Oh. DiBiase, he is completely distracted here, going outside the ring, and wait a minute, Ted, what are you doing? Cody just throwing Ted back into the ring. And it looks like Ted is completely distracted, yelling at Cody Rhodes on the outside here. Heath Slater, he's getting the best of Ted DiBiase right now. Cody trying to tell Ted, hey, you need to focus on the match. Major clothesline turns him inside out. Heath Slater going in for a submission hold here. Notice Cody's not he's not playing Mr. Distraction right now. Is Cody out here to sabotage Ted?
Heath Slater goes behind. He's got evil intentions.
I don't know what Slater's going to do from the top here. Ted DiBiase seems to be in a bit of a losing predicament right now. Jesus, Cole, it was just a side suplex. Slater's caught him. Slater caught him, and he drops him. Heath Slater has just dropped Ted DiBiase. And Cody not making any effort to distract the referee at all. He just watched. I don't think Cody was out there to help Ted one bit, you know? Call me crazy. Wow, okay. First main event back of Superstars, and we got ourselves a double cross. Well, there you have it. Thank you all for watching tonight's episode of Superstars. Heath Slater still your Cruiserweight champion. A little bit of help from Cody Rhodes. I would have never expected that. Well, that's the end of the Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes saga. Be sure to tune in next week on Superstars. I can't wait to see what we have in store for you. But for now, Heath Slater is still your Cruiserweight champion.